Good morning, year 5 and 6. Okay, welcome back. Another half term, some more home learning. So we're going to start a 3-week narrative unit this morning, and that's going to be based around a book called The Viewer. Now, throughout this unit, you're mainly going to be focusing on describing settings, characters, and atmosphere to engage the reader. You're going to make links between paragraphs, okay, and using some of those key things that we know how to use, conjunctions and verbals, dialogue in there maybe, and to write sentences using a wider range of punctuation and vocabulary to create an impact on the reader. And the outcome that we're going to be working towards is to retell the story. So you're going to be telling your own version of the story, and that will become very clear as we read the story how that's going to happen and in what way you're going to be doing that. So today, you're not going to find anything out about the book. Today is going to be about you making predictions. Okay, so you're going to make predictions about the text today, and that's really, really important. So, prediction is something that good readers, good writers do all the time, but it's actually something that we do day to day, all of the time. We make predictions about anything around us. So we might make a prediction about what the weather's going to do before we leave the house in the morning. Okay, are we going to need our coat? We make predictions about how people are feeling. We make predictions using anything around us that we try and make, it says down here, logical and reasonable assumptions about what could happen next. So we try to use information that we already know and then apply it to new situations to try and work out what the outcome might be. Now that's really, really important. So I'm going to reveal a couple of clues for you as we go through, and then you're going to write some predictions today and send them to us through Class Dojo. So we're looking forward to seeing who is really good at their prediction, who can get really close to that answer. So I'm going to give you information a bit at a time. So first of all, just the title, The Viewer. No information about the book, no idea what it looks like, nothing more, The Viewer. What do you think that could mean? What type of predictions could you make? So maybe just pause the video and around the word The Viewer, what could it be about? What might you think that's about? So it's up to you whether you want to pause the video now, write some of those down. I'm going to give you a little clue around the word the viewer. So here are some dictionary definitions. Okay, some meanings of the word viewer. So it could be a person or thing that views, a person who watches television, a various optical device. Okay, so something small and box-like magnifying lenses, and then you put little photographic lenses in, and you can see different things through the viewer. An eyepiece or a viewfinder, or an inspector of a property. Now, which of those definitions do you think would make the best grounds for a story? What do you think we could get a story out of? Do you think it's going to be a whole story about somebody who watches the television? Probably not. Probably from our knowledge of lots of books, I don't know of many books where people sat watching the TV. So which of these do you think would make a really interesting story? Which of them do you think you could create an innovative, exciting story about? Which one do you think it might be? So now you know the title and you know a definition. Can you write for me a couple of ideas? What are your early ideas? And then I'm going to show you the front cover so you can hopefully piece together and narrow down. And it's okay for our predictions to change. And that's really important. So you may think at the moment this is all about someone who watches television. Then when we see the front cover, you might totally change that opinion because you've got more evidence, you've got more prior knowledge to base your prediction on. So make some early predictions and then we'll have a look at the front cover. So there is the front cover. So we can see we've got the title written around here. So it's written by Gary Crew and illustrated by Sean Tan, Year 6. You might recognise that name, Sean Tan. That was the illustrator of the book The Rabbits that we looked at earlier in the year. Now around this there are lots of historical people, features, and this sort of little hole that draws you in, draws your eye in. So, knowing what you know now about the definitions and using the front cover, okay, what I want you to do is to write some predictions. There are some sentence starters, okay. I believe that as a result of seeing, I predict because once I knew, I then thought, so that one could be used to describe a change in your prediction, a change in your opinion. So you may have had one opinion about a prediction, and then once you've seen the front cover, you may totally have changed it. So lots of historical features on there. Then I would like you to present a table where we make a point and then give some evidence. Okay, so it's really important that we give, every time we give a point, we back it up with some evidence from the text or from our definitions or from our prior knowledge. So I believe that the book is about a viewing box or viewer that is used throughout the book. Okay, and the reason for that is I thought it's the most likely definition of the word viewer. So I've looked at the definitions, and I think actually, from my prior knowledge of other stories, okay, I think you could create a really interesting story about what the person sees through this viewing box. So that's my personal opinion. Then, once I'd seen the front cover, I was sure it was a viewing device and that the pictures around it were what you could see through it. Okay, and then the evidence for that is the cover, so it's a small hole for looking and then pictures around. So creating, okay, lots of different ideas, predictions. I would like you to create 4 or 5 different predictions and give us some evidence for that. Now it's up to you how you present that. You may present it in a table like this, you may write a paragraph, you may type it, okay, maybe you want to create a little PowerPoint with your work on, maybe you want to create a video of yourself reading out your evidence and doing it as a bit of a news report read to us through the video. That's absolutely fine. The more creative the better. So we've had lots of PowerPoints sent in, lots of people recording themselves and sending in the videos of them reading their work back to us, and we've also had lots of pictures of writing that people have done. So take time, design your page, set out your table, create a PowerPoint, however you might want to do that, okay, and let us have it. So it's your choice every day how you want to present the work back to us. You can write it on paper, take a picture, send it back. That's fantastic. You could do a PowerPoint, you could do a video. It's totally up to you every day how you get this work back to us. So I look forward to hearing your predictions, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to see if any of those predictions are correct. Who can get the closest ideas to what actually happens in this story?